Hello there,
Hey!
my name is Arindam, and in this video I will show you the simplest and easiest way you can use to complete the Life's Labyrinth in 2021 using nothing but just yourself and a sacrificial pet. That's right, I'll be doing this completely solo without using any other tames. So I'll be using the following equipment. I'm going to be using Ghili plus a combination of cactus broth and bug repellent to make myself invisible so that the mobs do not aggro onto me. I'll be using glow sticks, flashlight attachment and torch to combat the dark areas. I'll be using climbing picks, zipline anchor with zipline motor, gliders, parachutes to evade some of the puzzles and traverse the different mazes. I'll be using stimulants to combat the torpidity effect of Titanoboas and Pulmonoscorpius. I'll be using lesser antidote to combat mega rabies that bats can give you. And if there are lots of mobs at a sufficient distance, I will be using the rocket launcher to kill them. You cannot get anything better than a primitive rocket unless you are in a modded server, but I am doing this completely vanilla. Now, before I start this video, let me point out that I have already done the Life's Labyrinth 2 times and I have shown you those two things in my previous two videos. One in which I had taken the left side, one in which I have taken the right side. But in this video, I'll be combining both the left and right side into one video using video editing. So I will not be doing two videos because no matter what you do, you can only take one path at a time. But I do not want to make two videos for them, so I'll be doing that in one video. The right path allows you to get the artifact of the clever, the left allows you to get the artifact of the skylord. And either of the paths will eventually join so that at the end you can get the artifact of the massive and the artifact of the devious. So now let's start. Okay, let me tell you also. The coordinates of the cave is here. I think I've already shown you. So ignore this part. Right. So in this first section, let me turn up the gamma. The password is Grata. So you get G here and R is on that side. So here we are going to use the climbing pick. A here, T here, and finally A at the top. For that we are going to be using the climbing pick. Now this is a fork. From here we are going to go into the fire room. In the fire room you can either take the right side and get the clever, or you can go left and get the skylord. So now I'm going to edit out this video, so you can skip to whichever section you want. If you want to see the video for right, you can immediately continue from here, or if you want to see the left, you can skip over to the section on the YouTube timestamp. So I'll be back. Okay, now that we are back, let's first do the right hand side for the clever. So we need to trigger the opening. So here you need to crouch down, or rather go into prone. You can use the climbing pick to take this path and reach there, but you need to hurry up, and otherwise the door is going to close. But I'm just going to show you how to do this normally. Do not touch any of the elevated areas or any of the statues or rocks. Go between the rock as well as the elevated area. And this part is done. Now here you can either traverse the jumping puzzle, or in my case I'm not going to do anything. I'll just do it normally. So let me first go down here. You can use a parachute to go down. It really does not make that much of a difference. Now you're going to get a red loot crate in this part. My loot quality is 2.5 times more than official servers, but that would not matter in this case. Now you see it's very dark. I can either turn this on or I can do this. I'll just show you one of these. Now the entire area is full of light. Now we can easily climb without any problems. So let's just climb from here. You're going to press the right button. Now this area has booby traps. If you were to fall down there, you're going to trigger the booby traps. Let me again show you what this area looks like. So that's how the area looks like. So what you're going to do is, you're going to now use the zipline motor attachment. You're going to put one over there. And the second one, you're going to come here. Now, you're going to attach yourself into the zipline motor. Is it possible? It is possible now. And as you can see, I'm avoiding the entire part. Then you're going to again press the right button. And that area is traversed. Here, you need to approach this loot crate slowly. Now, let's see what happens if we just do it this way. Well, nothing does happen. Now, you need to enter into this part. To do that, you need to open this. To open this door, you need to actually press this button. And by the way, when I say this, it means on the left wall closest to the exit. Right. Now you have come to the maze. In this maze, you're going to find lots of enemies. And let me make sure I am fully prepared for this. So first, you need to take the right switch, which opens the door on the right. Next, you have a series of 3 switches, and you should press the second switch on the right wall. Now you get 2 switches, one here, one there. You should press the switch that is opposite to the torch here. Now you get 2 switches. You need to press the second switch. Now you need to again press the switch on the right side. Now there are 3 switches, top, middle, bottom. You need to press the middle one. Now you get lots of enemies. You need to first know what to do about these enemies. In my case, I think it is better to kill them. Always make sure you have a couple of stimulants with you so that the torpidity effect does not bother you too much. You can see there are enemies on this part. Right. Let's first find out the switch. So we need to take, this is the first switch, and then we should have one more switch there, and that should be the entrance. Always be careful about your torpidity. And reloading in third person for shotgun is always much faster. They are above, so they cannot do anything to us. So now, if you are worried about this cap, what you should do is, you should go here. Okay, let me swap out some of my armor. Okay, so here we get the artifact of the clever. Now we have reached the sacrificial chamber. So this is the part in which I'm going to do another section, and if you have if you just want to see the next part of the video, you can continue from here, or you have to, so wait, let me rephrase it. So I am now going to show you the left side. After the left side is done, we are going to continue from the uniform path. So till that time, stay tuned and don't worry, I'll be safe. Okay, right. Now that we are back, let's do the left hand side to get the artifact of the SKYLORD. So first, let me trigger this entrance, and we'll have to again go prone. Now you need to reach somewhere there. The switch is actually just below the statue and the entrance is there. It's actually much easier to do the right hand side, sorry, the left hand side. As you can see, I have gone between these two things and I have gone to prone. Prone allows you to avoid the fire. The fire actually comes from the statue here. So now let's not touch anything, and here we got ourselves the button. And we have exited this part safely. In this area, you need to use scuba gear. So this is a very long section. And for this long section, in the previous video, I had shown you how you can go through without using scuba gear, using a combination of Diplocalus, an aberrant light path, or some kind of flashlight. But By the way, if you think you can use anglerfish for this, I have something to tell you. Anglerfish cannot go past the initial zone, so you need to traverse the initial zone. There is a barrier, then you need to cross the barrier and again uncryo and recryo it back. Because the anglerfish cannot traverse this area, there will be some blockages. So let's start. So we are going to just use this guy, and okay, just for fun's sake, let's also do this guy. It's not required, but let's just do it. The sparkler skin does not work underwater, but the glow stick does work underwater. Let me show you how good the glow stick is. Okay, let me show you night vision goggles. Night vision goggles are actually not that good. In fact, they are not at all good for this kind of darkness because this is static darkness. It is not caused by shadows. Hence, night vision goggles cannot actually help you. So, remove this, get our thing here. Now, you can either use torchlight or I can use this. Did I? Where is my thing? I think I have not equipped it. Let me equip it. Well, you actually cannot drop them like this, but you can carry one of these things. That makes this thing much better. As you can see, you can press the right mouse button to carry one of them, and that should be okay. Do not go into this section because it's basically a dead end. Let me show you the dead end. This is basically a dead end, and it can only contain one of these red loot crates, but that's it. And most of these loot crates have Giganoto saddles. It is really good. You can actually use this. Another red loot crate spawns below here in this location, which I've covered in the previous two videos. Sorry, in the previous video. So now you can head over this sunken stairs and we get to the exit. Now you can also place these glow sticks like this. Let me show you. You can do this. Be careful about this part because the moment you come down here, a bola trap spawns somewhere here. So if you were to trigger this part, you will be bolaed. The problem is that lots of bats, onyxes, and all the other cave critters are going to drop down from there. They're going to hammer you continuously. The solution here would be to use repellent as well as cactus broth. And well, in this case, it did not help me that much. So they are not going to help me too much with this. So I will have to kill them. Always reload pump action shotguns with third person mode on because it allows you to reload much faster. Now you have come into this area. If you want to avoid the trap here, I would suggest you use either the climbing pick or use the grappling suit. Wing glider, sorry. Glider suit skin. So here. Now that this part is avoided, let me come here. So this is the trap room. In the trap room, you're going to encounter lots of spike traps. The traps deal 300 damage, so it's a lot. So let me trigger it. Now here, let me put a glow stick to show you what it's going to do. So when you trigger the trap, let them fall down. Grenades, that also destroyed my nice glow stick. And then you are going to turn on both of these things. One here and the second one here. This will open the loot crate room. Well, wow. I can't believe this, wow. And now you need to press all three of these buttons. And this should open the secret entrance here. Now you need to hurry up. So you're going to have to press all three buttons. And when you do, you're going to run like hell. Because all of the bad guys are now going to spawn. And here, avoid this part and you should be safe. Let this door close behind you so that none of the baddies can see you. Alright, so now you have solved this part. You need to now make sure that you go fast enough to okay. I am going to make sure this part becomes easy for me, and to do that I am going to see if I can use these glow sticks. So the way should be, you are going to hug the left wall completely, and from here you're going to go from the middle and then hug the right wall. Let's see. And you're going to trigger the grenade. Then you're going to come here and then immediately move here, here, and like this. Okay, so let's see how fast are we. Well, I think if you were to be fast enough like I have with really high movement speed, then you don't really need to bother about this part. So if you are interested, you can also use the focal chili, which should improve your speed. In fact, you can use a combination of focal chili and battle tartare to improve your speed considerably. Alright, now here there are lots of enemies. Let's see if I am able to avoid them. I need a couple of energy brews. Do I get energy brews? I don't need energy brews. That's okay. You need to have really good climbing peaks, by the way. Otherwise, you're going to have to... As you can see, these guys are trying to reach us, but they cannot do anything to us. So we have fallen here and we are safe from them. Now we can safely just jump down. There should not be any enemies in this part. If you get a blue line like this, it means you can actually shimmy over and climb this. Somehow the shimmy part is not really doing its job. I'm not sure why the shimmy is not doing its job. So let me just come here and do it. That was weird. So now we have to do the same thing again. I'm not sure if these things are traps or not, but better not trigger them. I'm a pacifist person and I don't like triggering people up. Just want to enjoy life. Do not press this button, otherwise you're going to trigger a couple of bats from below. And now you get the artifact of the SKYLORD. And we have come to the Sacrificial chamber. If you have watched my left side, you will know that the right side actually was easier for me. And that was because I was able to completely avoid the mobs. Now, I'm going to be showing you what is going to happen if I proceed from here and forward. So stay tuned for that. Right, now that I have shown you the right side path and the left side path, I will now continue forward into the Sacrificial chamber. So in the Sacrificial chamber, you need to sacrifice one of the dinos. And in my case, the dino here is going to be the Compy. So let's just come here. And it is dead. Sacrificing a player is something very few people actually do. Now here, you need to traverse this darkened area. Let me show you how easy it becomes once you use a glow stick. See, the entire area is now lightened up. I have covered a lot of this path using the flashlight, so I'll now be showing you how good the glow stick is. Now, uh, do not come close to any of these smooth areas. You're going to do it avoiding this part, and you are not going to actually trigger any of the traps. Again, it's dark, so let's just brighten things up. Adding a white dye to the glow sticks makes them much more superior in their brightness. And each glow sticks lasts for 12 minutes in real time, so it's a lot of time, by the way. Now here, if you go through here, there is a high chance you are going to step on this thing. So it's better if you take this route and use third person and also go into crouch mode. There is less chance of error using third person and crouch. Now we have already reached the exit. Let's see whether the boss has spawned or not. So let me place one of these things here. Let's hurry and see whether the boss has spawned or not. I do not. Okay, I did see the Megaloceros. If the Megaloceros had not spawned, you would immediately go inside, go as far as you can away from this exit, and then come back and retrace your steps. And you will see that the Megaloceros have then respawned. This is a bug that occurs on anything outside official servers, and that is the way to fix it. In fact, in the previous video, where I had taken the artifact of the SKYLORD by taking the left path using tames, I had actually shown you that that bug has occurred to me and how I have been able to fix it. Okay, so now you're going to You're going to enter this final part where the bosses are actually going to spawn. Now you need to prepare yourself before you actually fight the boss. I'm going to replace all of these armor with much better quality armor. So let me put this guy here. And Riot actually consumes a lot of has a very bad negative hyperthermic, so I do not want to get anyway, I do not want to feel too hot. So you're going to go over this ledge because this ledge will allow you protection from both the spirit version of the wolf as well as the polar bear, sorry, the dire bear. So from here we turn up the brightness. You need to trigger the boss fight by shooting any of these guys. The bosses happen to come in 5 stages between level 50, 100, 150, 200 and 250. Now the bosses should finally start coming. As you can see, there is the wolf, there's the bear, reloading in third person is much better. If you reload a shotgun in third person, it is going to take the same animation as a long neck rifle, so your actual reloading will be significantly faster. As you can see, it's much slower using first person. When you see the magenta message, the spirits have calmed, you can safely come down here because the bosses are dead. You can actually loot them if you want. They can be harvested for all the normal things that you get from the normal creatures. And now you come to these two artifacts. You get the artifact of the Devious and the artifact of the Massive. You will see in my current inventory that I do not have the artifact of the SKYLORD. This is because of editing. I cannot be having anything any more than 3 artifacts in for this particular run. So when I said I'm going to edit out and make sure that I'll also let you see that part of the video, that was because I used something that is present in SQL transaction called save point rollback, and that is what I did. So basically just checkpointed the game and then restarted from the checkpoint from that part onwards. So now let's go back. The SKYLORD artifact is not actually required for this boss fight, but the clever artifact is required, so people generally take the right hand side. So we have now reached the exit, and let me show you the coordinates of the exit. The exit is here, 51.7 by 79.7. In fact, it is just the rock which is just beside the entrance rock. And as you can see, that is the entrance rock and this is the exit rock. It's just side by side. Let me show you this part. That is my lightning wyvern. And here we are, having safely reached the entrance. So that was it for this video. Thank you for watching, and in the next video I will show you the final artifact for this map, which is the artifact of the Devourer. And with that artifact completed, I would have shown you videos for every single artifact present in Ragnarok. So till then, thank you for watching and hope to see you soon.